All right, everyone. All right, so from here, can you hear me well? So let me ask you this, can you hear me better than usual? Yeah, or is it about the same or, right? I have this little microphone in front of me, so I was just saying, it's good? Yeah, okay. All right, guys, go ahead and just find the end of your mat and just start rolling your shoulders. Good, and let's start getting the body warm. Inhale up. Exhale over leaning mountain. And take a breath center. Exhale, clasp your hands behind you. Roll those shoulders with your breath. Open up your heart. And release. Good, inhale up again. And leaning mountain to the other side. Come back center. And exhale, take the arms behind you and open up again. Good, release that. Inhale up here, place your hands behind you. So clasp your hands, press your head into your hands, squeeze your shoulder blades. Imagine someone's just gently pulling your elbows backward. And then exhale, let the elbows melt forward. Initially it was tight. You're not pulling on your head, just let the weight of your lighter and brighter as soon as you enter the weight of your arms carry you. Good, take a breath and open that back up. And exhale forward. Good, inhale. Bend your knees, soft fold down to your legs. Good, now come all the way up. Bring your hands to your hips and exhale. So we are bending backward, but I want you to focus on pushing the hips forward. So think about lengthening the front of your body. And take a breath again. And soft fold. Come all the way up. Hands to the hips, press forward. Good, inhale. This time the legs stay straight. Exhale, hinge and fold. Now walk your legs out wider than your mat. Good, now normally we keep the heels down, but for this warm-up period, I really don't care. Just drop your hips lower than your head. Inhale as you lift your hips. Exhale, straighten your legs. Drop the crown of your head through your legs. Good, inhale, drop back down. And exhale, straighten. Good, from here, walk back to downward dog. Bend your left knee, push into your right heel. And then switch. Good, switch again. And one more time. Come forward into your plank. Chaturanga to up dog. Sit back to child's pose. Now listen, come forward to plank again. Chaturanga to up dog. And sit back to child's pose. Roll up onto your shins. Good, so press the hands. So just like we did when we were standing, open up the front of your body. Good, inhale, put your left arm up, and exhale, turn to your right. Try to put your fingers on your calf, or maybe even your heel. Good, open back up to the center. Lift your right arm as you inhale. Exhale, turn to your left. Open back up to the center. And now I want you to step forward with your left leg and just breathe into this long kneeling lunge here. Try to push your hips forward of your back knee. Put your hands on the floor and sit back. You can point your toe here or you can flex it. Pointing is going to give you a little bit of extra stretch in the tibialis anterior here, this front, or you can flex and you're going to get more in the calf. Go ahead and bring that forward. Come back up. And hands to the floor. Sit back. Good, now take your left leg back and you'll be in tabletop. Just cat and cow on your own here. Really breathing as you move. And one more wherever you're at. We're going to roll back up onto the shins and then step forward with your right leg. Again, try to push your hips. So see right now my hip is over my knee. I want to get my hip forward. If you have really tight hip flexors, that's difficult. But try to get that sensation of relaxing forward. Hands to the floor, sit back. And come forward, up again. Drop those shoulders out of your ears. And hands down, sit back. Good. Now from here, just lift into a lunge and step in. Inhale into a standing extension. So we're flattening the back here. Giving some space to the ribs and hips, and then dropping into a fold. Push the heels down as you lift the hips up. Bend your knees, lift your gaze. Unhinged to mountain pose, take a breath at the top, and exhale into prayer. Well done. It should be a little warmer now. Good. So we're taking our thumbs and putting them on the center of your heart here, your sternum. Lift your sternum into your thumbs. Good. Feel how that lift affects you all the way down your body. So it's not just your chest, it's also your core and your hips, and even your quads are squeezing. Good. Okay. Inhale, bring the arms up, and exhale into chair. Lift your right leg into single leg stand, and then immediately push it back into warrior three. A little bit longer holds today. And set it back. So we're going to repeat, but we're holding. When we repeat sequences, a lot of times we actually go faster. Today we're going to go slower, but hold those sequences. So open up to warrior two. If you want to breathe with me, I'm trying to get in about 3 breaths, and on that last exhale, transitioning to the next move, and we go to triangle here. Feel that lengthening of your spine. Good. Inhale as you transition to a lunge. So lift that back heel, drop into your hips, revolve your lunge. Take that left leg up to downward dog. Now come forward into a three-legged plank. So you're just keeping that foot up. Go back up to three-legged dog. And come forward into a plank. Good. You can put the foot down, chaturanga up dog. Shoulders out of the ears. Push back, knees toward the outside of your mat. Exhale back into child's pose. Use this recovery here. Come back to downward dog. Step forward with your left leg. Then inhale, step forward with your right leg. Standing extension. Exhale and fold. Lengthen the spine down your legs. Bend your knees. Unhinge to the top. We'll take a breath. Come to heart center. And go right back up. Exhale into chair. Weight is in the heels. Single leg stand with your left and right back into warrior three. And back to the high lunge. Push equally through both feet. And turn to warrior two. Straighten and over to triangle. Remember to keep your bottom hand light, so that's your right one right now. We're not kickstanding on the floor. Now begin to transition to your lunge. Heel goes up in the back, all the way around to revolve lunge. Wrap the muscles around your legs here. And three-leg dog, right leg up. And three-leg plank. Breathe. Back up to three-leg dog. And now just a regular plank. And chaturanga up dog. And back we go. Child's pose. Good. Come back to downward dog. Step forward with your right leg, then your left. Inhale, standing extension. Exhale and fold. Bend your knees and unhinge. Excellent job. Come all the way up. Now listen. Inhale, sink into chair as you exhale. Inhale to single leg stand. Right leg up, push out to warrior three. Step back to high lunge. Now listen, so my front knee is bent. So what I'm gonna do is channel my energy into that front leg. Keep my leg bent and step into chair. Yes. Good. Left leg up. Sit back. Left leg all the way back. High lunge. Channel that energy into the right leg. On an exhale, step into chair. Lift your right leg. Warrior three. Step back, high lunge. Step into chair. Left leg up. Challenge that balance as you get tired. Warrior three. Left leg back, high lunge. Chair. Right leg up, last time each side. Focus on moving your breath. Warrior three. As we get tired, one of the first things we do is we start holding our breath, which then causes us, back to high lunge, which then causes us to start to lock out our joints. And then we lose our balance. Into chair. Left leg up. Left leg back. High lunge. Good, now just open up to warrior two. So you should have your left leg in the back. And lift to sun warrior. Just make sure this left hand is on the back or the outside of the leg. Push the hips forward and down. Lift through the core. And now straighten your leg in reverse triangle here. And begin to reach past that right leg. And then spiral over to your triangle. Try to make this one a little bit longer. So longer isn't about reaching the floor. It's about pulling the ribs off of your hips. Good, just fold in and turn your right foot. You'll be down the left side of your mat. Relax into a wide-legged fold. Now, this is a little bit like we did in our awareness asana. So drop your hips, put your elbows onto the inside of your legs and try to make your hips lower than your head. Roll your shoulders back. Inhale as the hips lift. Exhale, reach through your legs. And let's do that one more time. Sink the hips. Lift on your inhale. Exhale and reach. Walk toward the top of your mat. Step back to downward dog. And come forward into your plank. Chaturanga to up dog. Press through the tops of your feet here. Legs can be on or off the floor. Sit back, child's pose. Good, roll up onto your shins. Inhale, up, press those hips forward. You're gonna turn to your right into revolved half camel. So really give yourself permission to just open here, that whole left side of your body. Now, if you can't reach your heel, that's okay. Put your hand on the back of your leg or your calf, but do not just sort of hang your hand out there in space, because then your core has to activate. And I really want you to see if you can just sort of release everything. Soften your hips to come center. Back to that kneeling lunge. We'll do the other side on the other side. Step forward with your left leg. And just twist your kneeling lunge here. Good. Now, I'm going to counter revolve, but today I'm going to straighten my legs. So we all know this pose, right? But then I'm going to counter revolve. So we've counter revolved before like this. Today we're counter revolving like this. I'm using my hand on the floor to push my back around. Sit up tall, feel your hips go forward and twist again. Now sit the hips back, reach forward as long as you can. Exhale as you turn that back. Good, one more time. Hips go forward, turn to your left, relax into your hip here. And back we go. Feel that long hamstring. Open up. Lots of space between your ribs and your hips here. Good, come forward, lift your lunge. Inhale into a standing extension. And exhale and fold. Bend your knees and unhinge. Good, all right, we're gonna go back to the chair. This time we start on the left leg so that we'll finish on the right. Take a breath. Inhale. Exhale into chair. Be powerful here. Take a breath. Exhale, lift your left leg. Left leg back, warrior three. And high lunge. Channel the weight into that right leg. Exhale, step into chair. Right leg up. Right leg back, warrior three. You can vary what you do with your arms here. And high lunge. Channel into that left leg. Step in, chair. Left leg up. And left leg back. Left leg down, high lunge. Roll those shoulders back. Feel the core help you step in, chair. Right leg up. Right leg back. Right leg down. High lunge. Chair. Pull that core in tight. One more each side. Left leg up. Left leg back. Breathing, not locking out the joints. Left leg down, high lunge. Step into chair. Right leg up. And right leg back. You can do it. Right leg down, high lunge. And warrior two. So now the right leg is in the back. And we go up to sun warrior here, reverse warrior. Think about that front hamstring sinking toward the ground. Put that right hand on the back of the outside of your right leg. Straighten and just sink into that reverse triangle for a moment and then reach out. Feel your right hip pushing out to the ceiling. Over we go. Try to be long here. Think about lengthening your spine, creating as much space between your ribs and your hips. Feel like you're reaching your head to one wall and reaching your hip to the other wall. And just fold, turn down the right side of your mat, and you're in a wide-legged fold here. Good. Inhale, sink the hips, lift the head, and then lift the hips. Drop those hands through your legs. And once again, hands to the floor, arms to the inside of your legs. Sink. And then lift. Good. Transition towards the top of your mat and step back to downward dog. And find your plank. Draw those elbows in towards each other. Inhale, chaturanga. Exhale to up dog. Child's pose. And roll up onto your shins. Good, here we go. Hips press forward. Turn to your left for your revolved half camel. Again, just relax the right side of your body open. Good, soften your hips to come forward. And this time we'll step forward with our right leg. Relax into your hips. And we're going to twist to the right, so toward the front leg. Feel your posture here. So then as the hips go back, my posture doesn't really change. It's my hips that hinge and I open up. Good, come back forward and then twist to your right. And then sit back, reach out with your spine. Good, and forward. Twist. And counter revolve. And come center. Lift into a lunge. Inhale as you step into standing extension. Exhale and fold. Bend your knees and unhinge. Roll your shoulders open. Good. Inhale up. Good. Now you're going to take your left arm behind you and wrap it as far back as you can. Good. Now drop your shoulder. So you're going to roll your shoulder open. If it helps, imagine someone pulling down on your elbow. Your other hand is going to go across your head. And my focus is the ear and the shoulder moving away from each other. It's not how far over I can pull my head. Good. Release your head with your hand, then look up with your head. Good. Switch. Take your right arm behind you. Up we go. Again, roll that shoulder down. Release your head first, then look up. And then your arms. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Hinge and fold. Inhale, standing extension. Exhale and fold. Step back with your right leg. Good, then take your left leg up to three-leg dog. Now take that left leg out to the side and you're in this plank. Yep, and then just drop into your hips. So it's a split leg up dog. I'm still trying to square out my shoulders with the top of my mat. I'm pressing into my right leg. Just kick your neighbor or put your foot on their back. Good. Push this back and we're going to split our child's pose. So take your right knee out toward the right side of your mat, but your right foot is toward the center of your mat. Push your body center. So I don't want to be over my left leg. I want to be in the middle. Just like I'm doing a middle split with just half my body. Good. From here, bring that in. Now keep your hips high. Walk your hands far away and roll your shoulders back. Press your heart toward the floor. This is playful puppy. Good. Lift that up. Now that we have the left leg up, we're going to take the left leg back and the right arm out. Exhale, curl the spine here, drive the elbow and the knee together, and then inhale away again. Exhale, pull it in. Inhale away. Exhale, pull it in. Inhale away, hold this. And now reach back, right hand to the left foot, roll the shoulders open, press your foot into your hands. You can relax the neck here if you want to. And release. Good job. So from here, I just want you to walk forward and let your hips drop. You shouldn't feel like you're as high up as up dog. This should feel a little more like a cobra. We're going to inhale as we drop this down. Pull the core in, exhale, and fly. Good. Put the hands by your heart. And we're just going to peel off the floor, tuck your back feet. You have a choice. You can sort of, unvelcro, or if you want to go through plank, you can. And we're going to go to downward dog. When you're ready, lift that left leg into three-leg dog. And then come forward into your plank. Set that leg off to the side. And then drop into your hips. Push yourself back. Take your left knee out toward the left side of your mat, but your left foot is toward the center of your mat. Let your right foot walk away. Center your body here. Keep your weight pressing back. Walk that in. Keep your hips high. Walk your hands away. Roll the shoulders back. Drop your heart to the floor. Try to press your pinky fingers into the floor. Open the shoulder blades here. And walk up to tabletop. Extend your right leg, left arm. Exhale. Pull in. Inhale away. Exhale, pull in. Inhale away. Exhale, pull in. Inhale away. Hold it. Reach back. Roll your shoulders open. Press into the floor for your balance. Spread out your fingers. Good. Release that. And now just walk the hands forward and soften the hips. And then melt to the floor. Inhale, lift the belly off the floor. Exhale, try to get that chest and your legs off the floor. Hands go by your side, tuck your feet. And again, if you want to peel off the floor, you can. Or if you want to challenge yourself, lift through plank and back to downward dog. Yeah, walk or jump to the top of your mat. Inhale, standing extension. Exhale and fold. Bend your knees, lift your gaze, and unhinge. Inhale at the top, and come to mountain pose. Well done. We're going to bring it to the floor next. Inhale and exhale. Hinge and fold. Good. Go ahead and walk back to downward dog. Let's start with the right leg. Pull it under you for pigeon. So you're crossing the midline of your body here. You want to reach back through your hips. Flex this bottom foot. If you need to have a seat on your hip, of course, you can do that as well. Make sure if you're coming forward that you don't roll onto your shin. Your weight should stay back in your back leg, not come over the front leg. Good, walk yourself up. Now I'm gonna have a seat on my right hip and I'm just gonna turn my left foot all the way up. So I'm kind of in this half seated middle split. Not quite a seated tree. My foot is not far, it should be over there if I'm in a seated tree. Inhale in the center. And I just want you to try to keep, if your foot is in the center, if it's not, it's okay, but try to keep your body center here. And think about opening up. So basically I'm just doing this with half of a leg. So I'm just center. Remember, you can always put your arms behind you. Good, now sit up, bend that left leg again and make the letter S. You are on your right hip. Come over your right leg again into this S stretch, a little bit different than pigeon. And then keep your body low and just begin to walk over to your right. So this is going to look very different for one person versus another. One person might still be way up tall like this. Another might be down on their elbows. So you do what works for you, but think about feeling balanced here, not crooked. Walk your body to the center. Good. And just bring yourself up to a tabletop. Now I want you to keep your knees together. We're going to sit back in child's pose, but it's a little bit different because my knees are together. Now if you need to part them a little bit, that's okay. Ease your body down. And if you can get your head to the floor, bring your arms by your side. You can always rest with your hands under your forehead. Good, and we're coming up to downward dog. Take a breath or two in downward dog. And when you're ready, let's bring that left leg forward for pigeon. Flex that left foot. Square the hips and shoulders off if you're going to be in a full pigeon. If you're modifying to the knee, you're not going to be squared. That's okay. Again, think about not rolling forward onto the hip or the shin rather. Keep your weight back in your hips. Walk your body up. So now you'll have a seat on your hip and just let your whole body turn. Now you're in that half seated split here. Hands can go behind you if you want, or reach forward. Try to keep your sternum right over that left foot. Walk this up and let your leg become an S. Good. Turn and melt over that left leg again. This time your hip is on the floor. And then find what works for you as you journey over into prone twist. Gently walk yourself back and take both legs around. Good. Go ahead and bring yourself all the way down. Legs are going to come up. Open your arms today to the side. Now you can lift the hands and just anchor with your elbows, or you can straighten them out, depending on kind of room you have and things. So we're going to be doing some twists and some core here. So I'm going to be talking about different levels. At any point, you can change, all right? So level 1, we're going to drop over to one side. Don't touch the floor though. And exhale, come back up. Go to the other side. Try to keep your knees right over your hips. Exhale, come back up. Over to the first side. Exhale, come back up. Very important that you exhale every time you come up, not down. Good. One more of these on each side. Good. Little break, if that's what you want to call it. Put your hands to prayer. Good. Now, put your thumbs on your forehead. Crunch and drive your knees to your elbows and your elbows to your knees. Now open everything up. Reach those prayer hands above your head. Legs go long. Back and curl. Reach. And back and curl. And reach. Good. Put your feet down and exhale up into a bridge. Good. One more. So we're going to go back to those twists, and here's where we can change our levels. If you want to just do the twist, just like we were doing, you can. Or here's some variation. So we're going to go over, and then you can kick your top leg out and your bottom leg down. So we can scissor. Now, if you want to make that more advanced, straighten your legs the whole time and scissor, okay? Or don't do that at all, right? All right, here we go. Go over to one side, scissor, come back in, and up. So here's our breathing. Exhale over, or inhale over rather, sorry. Exhale and scissor. Inhale, stack the knees. Exhale up. Inhale over. Exhale and scissor. Inhale, reset. Exhale and up. Now, if you're just doing the legs over, that's okay. One more time each side. Over, scissor, in, up, over, scissor, in, up. Inhale, hands come to the forehead. Exhale, pull everything in. Reach away. Pull everything in. Reach away. Pull everything in. Reach away. Inhale, put your feet on the floor. Exhale up into a bridge. Woo! Relax your spine to the floor. Feet together, knees apart. Recline bound pose. Good. Now, take your hands over your head. You can just lay them flat on the floor, but allow your back to arch here. And try to feel your legs, your knees driving downward as you arch the back, just creating space on the floor here. You should feel like your pubic bone is kind of pointing down towards your heels. And now slowly bring the hands around and feel that lower back, head back toward the floor. Good. Now, of course, you can stay here, or you can walk the feet wide and let the knees come together, or just enjoy a deep breath and open up into that corpse pose, whatever you need to do. Take this next 5 minutes as your own time. Guys, this is the most important part of yoga. This is really where we recenter, renew our day, renew our breath. Really just focus in on your breath here. Feel that rise and fall of the belly button. Imagine a balloon between that space between your belly button and your spine. And with your inhale, you are inflating that balloon. But we're not exhaling super fast. Let that slowly release with purpose. And begin to feel your body in contact with the floor. And this time, do take a deep breath in. Let it out like a sigh. Good. Take another breath. When you're ready, roll to one side and join me seated. Good. Bring the hands into prayer. Take a deep breath up. Exhale, push the room away. From out here, inhale, roll your shoulders. Set your fingertips on the floor behind you. Lift your sternum, drop your chin. Good, and bring that back to center. Inhale up. Exhale into heart center. And God bless you guys. Namaste. Happy Monday. Woohoo. All right, remember to drink lots of water. And you guys have a great week. I'll see you on Wednesday, 9:30. Great job, everybody.